All right, Coach. Well, I'm sure it's glad to be back home. I was talking to Deveron. Sounds like last week's game down at Trinity was a little sloppy.
Well, there was a big rain cloud that just came over the field and just really went crazy the night before, and it was a little soft, a little wet, but we got through it okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good, put one more thing on your team's list of things to check off this year, right?
We overcame a wet field with some other additives on there. And then the biggie was the fact that we had pretty much a running clock. They had somebody working a clock that had never done it before, so they were running the clock, PATs, and yeah, it went fast. We usually get about 75, 80 plays. We got 50.
So far this season, I think you're the master of the halftime changes, because it was sort of a tight game there at the half, and then it was a different team that came out of the locker room. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think we were 14 first half. We got 19 second half. Scored one more touchdown than we did the first half. We adjust well as a staff, I think, at halftime. And maybe the field dried out a little bit, too. That may have been part of it.
Now, obviously this week, I was talking with Kobe. You guys remember last year.
I remember.
How much motivation is that providing in either practice or what you as coaches are doing?
Well, it motivates the heck out of me, and I think it does the rest of the staff. And I think all the players that made that trip last year, it has to be. I know one receiver who was out for the rest of the season with a broken collarbone, Jared Clodfelder, I'm sure remembers it. They're a good football team. They're a good program. Record doesn't indicate that, like it did not a year ago. But they've got some players, got a new coach, got a win last week in overtime. So they're going to be a real challenge. They're a talented group. They're overscheduled. They lost to University of South Alabama, Division I. They lost to Drake, Division I. So they've got a tough schedule. Got a good football team, and things they do present issues in preparation. We'll have to be sharp, and we're going to have to execute and make some plays.
Kind of the same approach, kind of rely on the air attack. Is that what they do?
They throw it a lot. They also have a couple really good running backs. Seems like they want to run the football, but they certainly have the ability to throw it. They've got a couple good receivers, and they can really make some plays. Got good speed.
How much confidence do you have in your defense, especially coming off of a contest where they didn't allow a single touchdown?
More and more. I think each and every week, each and every game, with time, with a young defense, confidence is building. We are a lot better than what we were 2 weeks ago.
But you still feel like you need to put those 4 quarters together?
Well, we put 4 quarters together, I thought, defensively last week. And I think we did pretty much with Walsh as well. We played hard. You got to give credit to who you play sometimes. Walsh is a good football team that's scoring 40 points a game. And I thought we fought them off pretty well. So I think the last 3 weeks, I think starting with Walsh, our defense has gained a lot of confidence. And I think we've played 4 quarters. Offensively, we've done what we've had to do. We've been spurty at times, but scored enough points to win.
Now, without necessarily looking ahead, how important is this game so you have that momentum continuing into the big games here toward the end of the year?
Well, even though it's non-conference and they're NCAA too, it is important. I mean, you've got to continue to build that confidence. You've got to win football games. So, got to keep it rolling.